And on the highway.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome to the Noon Show with Lisa and Johnny. We are coming to you live and streaming everywhere. The Noon Show airs Monday through Friday from noon until 1 o'clock Central Time each day. We bring you engaging conversations, fresh perspectives, and stories that connect us all. Johnny and I would like to invite you to join us along with today's show guests. We have the Executive Director of Ignite, the Ignite Science Center, which will be very soon in the Sabin Center, Mr. Martin Fisher. We also have the Transition Chair for Ignite, the Transition Committee Chair for Ignite, right? Brianna Lipkin. And for today's show, pull up a chair, sit back, and relax. And now, without further ado, here's Johnny.
Hey, sunshine.
Hey.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Terrific Tuesday, where we have fun radio.
Whatever happened to Tuck and Roll Tuesday? We used to observe that on Tuesdays.
Well, we do kind of tuck and roll to get into the studio. You know, it's kind of a last minute because we're transitioning.
I'm vibing with Terrific Tuesday today. Look at all these fine people in the studio.
We've got a hootenanny.
Tell everybody who's here, Johnny.
Let me explain things to everybody.
Okay.
This is scriptural. It's in the Bible. You'll have to go find it for yourself. But it says, where two or more are gathered together, in our studio, there is a hootenanny.
Let it be said and let it be done.
I think that's in John. Let it be done. And that's exactly right. So we have hootenannies.
Highly approved.
Here every day because we have a good time. And our audience has a good time with us. So to Brianna, Axel Rose, the maestro, Floss the Boss, and our special guest, Brother Martin, welcome.
Welcome to everybody.
Brianna, see, we got you on the radio. See, you thought we wasn't going to say anything, did we?
That's right.
That's right. And can I do a shout out to April Blunt?
Please do.
April, thank you for contacting us. We appreciate April and her husband run Eagles Wings. And they sent a nice email I just saw. And April, if you're listening, we're going to get back to you. We're going to help you promote. They've got a big rodeo being planned in June. And
where is the rodeo? Do we have any details? Or is that
at the Sipsey Arena? And we've got some details. We're going to put those together.
Okay.
And see if we can't get them on. Maybe for a community spotlight. We'll try to do that. So I wanted to say shout out to April. Thank you so much for thinking of us at the Noon Show. And we will see if we can help. Eagles Wings does such marvelous work.
Yeah.
So it was just a blessing to hear from them. And so look forward to maybe helping them out a little bit. I hope we can.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's coming up on our calendar here, on our collective calendar here in Tuscaloosa.
It's a good week to be in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, don't forget about Live at the Plaza. That's Friday nights at Government Plaza from 6 to 9. And guess what? This week is featuring Jan Simpson and the Mojo.
Our good dear friends, the Mojo, one of the best bands anywhere in Alabama.
But you know what? You best to get there before 6 because she's going on at 6 o'clock.
They go on at 6. So bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, your coolers, all the good stuff, your kids, your dogs, your cats. I don't know.
Don't forget your Frisbees too.
Frisbees are fun.
And your friends and family.
And little footballs that you can pass around.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And so it's a fun time. It's a community gathering every Friday night.
But maybe just
Plaza.
But maybe just the squeezy ones, the light ones, because I know my luck, I'll be beamed in the head with one, and I don't want to be injured.
I definitely would beam somebody if I throw. No doubt about it. But great time for all. One of Tuscaloosa's most favorite summer events. It happens every Friday night, all the way through the end of June. But the Mojo and Jan, Rocket Girl, I tell you what, they're so good.
Don't we have something kind of cool coming up on Monday?
Monday is Memorial Day.
All right.
Happy Memorial Day to everybody in advance. Very special day. Official first day of summer, I think is what everybody refers to. But it's a very, very important day as we really be grateful for our heroes
Yeah.
You know, that's what Veterans Memorial Day is all about. But Para, which always does fabulous work, they've got their annual Community Memorial Day event
Yeah.
out at the Veterans Memorial Park, which is right in front of University Mall. This is going to kick off at 9 o'clock Monday morning. Great ceremony, and it's brought to you by Para, by the Tuscaloosa Veterans Administration Medical Center, and the Memorial Park Association that does such a great work to keep that park. That's a special park. If you've never gone to visit, really some great items to visit. I mean, there's a jet, a tank. The one I like is that wonderful seeing that guide dog that they've got a tribute to. I can't think of his name. I should know that. But anyway, that's next Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Let's show up and salute our fallen heroes.
Oh, and don't forget on Sunday, one day before Memorial Day. So at the Quad, they have another event. It's free and open to the public, and it's the Memorial Day Weekend Denny Chimes concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's of course family friendly, and there's a special presentation by Reverend Robin Wilson, senior pastor of First United Methodist Church, and then there's Dr. Amir Zahari, and this is a word that you stumbled on yesterday,
I really did.
and I understand right. Carol, okay, Martin, help me with that. Carol Lonure. Okay, just pronounce it correctly for us.
Oh my goodness, this is, I'm assuming French, so I know parlez-vous Francaise.
Ah.
But I
Part
don't
of
know.
Francis.
May know. He says, Carolina, look, what it amounts to is they're playing music on Denny Chimes.
He's the Denny Chimes player.
And just look, this is 2 to 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
Sunday. You know, it's after church. You've gotten out of church. You've had time to get something to eat. Just go to the Quad and hang out.
Yeah. Put your blanket on the ground and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but there's something else coming up, and it's going to get here sooner than you realize. On May the 30th, from 2 to 4 o'clock, you're going to want to report to Druid City Brewery. Absolutely. We have the first annual Deviled Egg Throwdown, and don't forget, this is a charity fundraiser for the Tuscaloosa Public Library Bookmobile. And tell them what else, Johnny Rocket, about presenting sponsors and live music.
This is going to be Harrison McCullough is going to be providing some live music for this 2-hour extravaganza. We've got great restaurants participating, competition. Who's got the best deviled eggs in Tuscaloosa County? Mm-hmm. And we've got some, that's 12 to 15 restaurants lined up.
It's up to 15 now.
Is it up to 15? That's even one.
We just got a new list.
That's good
update
news.
This morning.
That's good news.
And climbing. So
but over at Bo Hicks's place at Druid City Brewing, our friends at 205 have been such marvelous in helping lead the team. Cody Duffy and his crowd over there have been really helpful. For the Tuscaloosa County Public Library's Bookmobile.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a ticket, just go to eventbrite.com. Okay. Make sure the location is set on Tuscaloosa and just type in deviled egg. And that will bring you to the deviled egg throwdown. Now you can still also buy tickets at the door if you make your decisions last minute. But also, why is it important to buy that you can buy tickets at the door? Well, if you have a particular restaurant that's your favorite, you can buy more tickets, and that gets you more votes for the People's Choice Award.
That's right. And the other thing.
And why else, Johnny?
Well, the other thing is you automatically go into the drawing for B.F. Goodrich $1,000 tire certificate.
Gift card, yeah.
And I'm telling you
B.F.
what.
Goodrich.
Everybody needs it. $10 a ticket, you can buy as many as you want.
Right.
And remember,
it just increases your chances,
every single cent is going to the Tuscaloosa County Public Library Foundation.
Right.
To help fund the new bookmobile.
Right. Live music by Harrison McCullough. Presenting sponsors, Town Square Media, Harrison Construction, and of course, B.F. Goodrich. Again, that is May the 30th from 2 to 4 at Druid City Brewery. Now that same day, Restaurant 205, you're going to want to go there at 6 o'clock from 6 to 8. Stephanie Woodruff will be performing.
Oh, Steph's
and if
good.
you have never, ever experienced one of her performances, you have missed out. She is so talented.
She really is. Beautiful, beautiful voice.
One of the best singers I have ever heard anywhere.
live straight from Liverpool, England.
Yeah.
They're good folks, I tell you. You know, the other thing I want to mention,
Okay.
because we are trying to put together a caravan for June, and
I'm glad you.
the noon show.
Martin wants to go, I know, and Brianna too.
The noon show has been. We really are really blessed. We're the only radio show in America that's been invited to cover the largest Mayberry festival.
The only
the
show
country.
that's not local.
That's right. There's one radio station local, but we're the only other station. We're going to be broadcasting live from the largest Mayberry festival, which happens to be celebrating Andy Griffith's 100th birthday.
Which is actually on June 1st,
And
but
so
the festival is when.
we are just unbelievably excited about this beautiful opportunity, but we're going to be broadcasting live on Friday, June the 12th from 12 to 2, but we also going to get to ride in one of the Mayberry Sheriff's cars parade, which
On
we cannot get
Saturday.
over.
Oh
But,
my gosh.
We are encouraged. There are thousands of Mayberry fans all over West Alabama. Let's all plan to put a caravan together and go up and enjoy Mayberry at its finest.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get more information or buy tickets to it and all that good stuff. Just go to www.mayberrycomestoscottsburg.com. Scottsburg, Indiana is where we're going to be. A little small town that's going to triple in size that day or more as we all celebrate Mayberry time.
Yeah,
Isn't
so
that cool?
thank you to Cousin Russell for inviting
That's
us
right.
along on this grand adventure. And they've also planned a place for us to go to church on Sunday.
That's right.
And I'm just so excited, but I can't help but wonder: do you think that we'll be riding in the sheriff's car, like with Sheriff Taylor, or do you think Barney Fife will be driving us around?
You know,
Not that it
I'm not
matters.
exactly sure, but there's
Just
two
curious.
of them I understand.
Oh,
Here's an interesting. I've been boning up on my trivia.
Okay.
To all you Mayberry fans out there, here's a piece of trivia information. Did you know that the Mayberry Sheriff's car had not one, but two different license plates on it? If you watch the
What?
show, sometimes it's one license plate, sometimes it's another. So I'm not sure which one we're going to be.
Okay.
But anyway, a little something cool.
That is cool.
And to Little Fat Mayor, who listens to us, thank you for inviting us.
Yes,
Eric.
thank you. We
love
are
you already.
we are so excited.
Haven't even met you. We love you.
I am beside myself. I'm so excited
So
about
much
this.
fun.
What
So
an
come
adventure.
go with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Go to our Facebook page and you'll see some more information about Mayberry Fest.
Look, I've got something else exciting to talk about.
Yes,
y'all.
you do.
Y'all. Summer at the University of Alabama is about to get very creative.
Oh, that's right. Because the University of Alabama Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences, our friends over there, are hosting several incredible youth programs this summer for students ready to explore their talents and have some fun doing it.
That's right, Johnny. So from Young Writers Camp, okay, this is going to be for grades 6 through 12. This is where students work with experienced Masters of Fine Arts students creative writing mentors. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Young people getting mentored.
Yeah.
UA Art Camp, for example, high school students can dive into printmaking, ceramics, sculpture, digital animation, graphic design, woodworking, and even an architectural competition inspired by the 2026 World Cup, which
Tell
is
me
coming
that's
to
not
Birmingham.
cool. Do you tell me that's not cool?
That is cool.
Yeah, if music is your passion,
Yeah.
Crimson Choral Camp gives boys and girls ages 15 to 18 the opportunity to sing in a choir and perform inside the beautiful Moody Concert Hall.
Oh, that's going to be a great experience. And
Yeah.
these camps are all educational, they're creative, they're inspiring, but most of all, they're just a whole lot of fun.
Okay, so you're going to want to get signed up now and learn more at uayouthprograms.com.
The University of Alabama's Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences.
Roll Tide and roll research.
Amen. We
Heck
love our friends.
yeah. You know what else we're excited about, Johnny? That would be celebrating Hudson Pool's 41
Oh, yeah.
wonderful years in business with a big anniversary sale. Y'all, is going on right now, and it's going to last through May the 30th.
That's right. Right now, you can save
Yeah.
up to 60% off fine jewelry and their unique gifts throughout the store. It's the perfect time to be shopping for things like anniversaries and birthdays and graduations and all those special occasions, plus just because.
I love that's my favorite. You know, Hudson Pool has a beautiful selection of fine jewelry, sparkling diamonds, watches, and unique gifts for every single style and every budget.
And that's true. And after more than 4 decades serving this community, Hudson Pool is proud to continue to be the trusted name in jewelry and personal service. They're the best.
But don't wait too long. Shop early for the best selection during this anniversary sale.
That's right. Go down and see our friends at Hudson Pool at 1111 Greensboro Avenue in beautiful downtown T-Town.
Yes, and celebrate life's special moments with something unforgettable.
That's right. Go see our good friends at Hudson Pool today.
And tell them that Lisa and Johnny sent you.
Amen.
Okay, guys, we've got a hoot nanny here on our terrific Tuesday. You're going to want to stick with us when we come back. We've got Brianna and Martin from Ignite. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back.
Art galleries downtown.
Got it. Yeah, I feel like we're finally starting.
Well.
Welcome back to The Noon Show right here on FM 100.1, home of Fun Radio. Welcome to the front porch
I kind
of
of got lost.
Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, Martin and I were talking about all the things to do in T-Town. And as you're going to find out in just a minute, Martin Fisher is only 3 months into his new experience in Tuscaloosa. So he's, as he was telling me earlier,
I want to say we met
loving
Martin like 3 months ago.
St. Patrick's
Isn't
Day.
that right, Brianna?
Yeah, we did.
I think St. Patrick's Day.
We ran
I
it.
believe
It
it.
would. Isn't it strange the way paths get directed, because
Yeah.
we just so happened to be preempted that day, and we
That's
were doing a work session somewhere. We won't say where, but that's where we met you. I mean, we already knew you,
Yeah.
Brianna.
Yeah, we met
And
at
then
coffee shops.
we were
Yeah.
sitting next to each other,
We
and
were.
I heard, and I was like, oh, so then we got the introduction, and so now here we are.
Yeah, we were having coffee and Martin was sitting next to us. The next thing we know, we've got a brand new friend.
That's right.
Martin
love it.
Fisher,
That
we're
was easy.
glad to have you with us.
By the
Martin.
way,
Thank you
welcome
so
to the Noon
much.
Show studio.
It's my pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to chat a little bit.
And officially welcome to T-Town.
And I appreciate that as well. We were just talking during your break that my family and I were finally getting out a little bit to be
Good.
able to see some of the many amenities and restaurants and activities that are going on here in the city.
Well, we have one very important question that you must answer.
The answer is 42.
No.
No, go ahead.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Have you learned to say roll tide yet?
I've been practicing. Oh, wait, let me finish because I'm a Midwesterner, but I've been practicing to say y'all. Did I get it right? Did I get it
Okay.
right?
First things
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First
Y'all-
order of business. I get it.
And remember, y'all is both singular and plural.
That is correct. That is
Okay.
correct.
And then there's all y'all.
All y'all.
All y'all.
Yeah. But then
That's
roll
right.
tide is a greeting.
I've got to learn that also. Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, you'll see people walk by each other, roll tide. Or they get out of a car and say, roll tide.
It's the
I've seen it on the
singularly.
shirts, and I've seen it on the
Yeah,
bumper
it's everywhere.
stickers.
Right. But
There are
Martin,
probably tattoos also.
it is the singularly easiest way to connect with people in
It is.
Tuscaloosa, and really
Absolutely.
probably across the state.
All right, good.
You have
Good trick to share with me. Thank
Now,
you.
Yes.
I'm a good example of having to learn to say roll tide because I went to Auburn.
Oh, just kidding.
I don't even know what War Eagle means. Roll tide is all I know.
And I just learned when I was sitting out in your lobby about the term warbird.
War eagle.
War eagle. War eagle.
Did I just say that? I'll take it back.
I I would not walk into a crowd in
Patooey,
Tuscaloosa and say that.
All right, now, the funny thing is, growing up in Columbus, Ohio,
Okay. Oh,
there's
goodness.
yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
OSU Michigan thing,
Yeah.
and people would always say TTUN. They wouldn't even say Wolverines or
Yeah.
Michigan. It was that team up north, TTUN.
That goes
Really?
on.
That's
They
significant.
shall remain nameless.
It's
Pretty
worse.
much.
Those words will
Pretty
not
much.
It's a
cross my
lot worse
lips.
here. So all you got to do is learn
Interesting.
roll tide.
I don't know. Growing up in Columbus for some
No.
of those games, I've seen cars
That-
turned over
Oh, yeah.
at the OSU area if the game didn't go the way they
That's
wanted.
true.
I mean, it's pretty serious.
Yeah, it
It
is
is
serious
the
here.
show. The
Really?
game. Yeah.
Real quick story because we want to get to you real quick. When I first came here, of course, people started finding out I went to Auburn, and I had one of my chairmen, my boss,
Uh-huh.
walking through his office one day. He says, "Johnny, have you learned to say roll tide?" I said, "Yes, sir, I sure has." He pulls out his billfold. He says, "That's pretty smart." just a little caution there.
Oh, that's
good. But we're delighted to have you not only at the show today,
Thank you.
but in Tuscaloosa, because you have got a wonderful, wonderful mission in front of you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Looking forward to it.
Let's start first. Let's talk to folks.
Mhm.
Everybody knows about the Children's Hands-On Museum,
Exactly.
Right.
but it is transitioning, and you're here part of that new effort to take it to a whole new level.
That's true. CHOM is going to close on Saturday, August 1st. So those of you that want to get in, your last opportunity to be able to enjoy the exhibits and talk to the staff and go into the gift shop, you only have a few more months to be able to do that. And I definitely recommend go in because it's really a fun experience for those of you that are listening with young kids. Now, what I'm going to end up heading up in the future when it opens is Ignite. That's a hands-on interactive science center that's going to be inside of that amazing construction project going on downtown, the Sabin Center. As a science center, it's not just for early learners, it's for everyone from 2 years old to 102 years old and everything in between. A science center, it's hands-on, it's interactive, it's for kids, for adults, college students on dates, their first date or their 20th date. It's for seniors to be able to come in maybe on an afternoon or a weekend to be able to walk around. I've worked at a number of science centers around the country, and I really like seeing that, broad age range of everybody coming in. And now, of course, if you're a teacher, you're going to want to go to the Science Center booking a field trip to be able to bring your class and experience the exhibits, the programs, the events, the activities that are going on for you to be able to meet the state standards. And that's exactly what, as a Science Center, Ignite is going to be able to do. Or you can come in on a weekend with your family, with your friends, with your date to be able to enjoy, again, different programs and exhibits.
I'm kind of wondering that, Martin, right off the bat, as you're talking about it, I love these kinds of places, and I'm wondering, and I've been like, there's one in Chattanooga, there's one in Birmingham. Is the new Ignite Center, is that going to be modeled after any one, or maybe a conglomeration of the ones that you have seen, or is this completely different?
The answer is yes and yes. to both of
Okay.
those. So let me explain a little bit. Some of the exhibits that are going to be inside of the Science Center are ones that I know. I've seen them at other places, or maybe in some of my other science centers. I've actually worked with some of those exhibits before. Others are going to be brand new, designed just for Ignite. Some of them are going to be very high tech, very high tech. Others are going to be hands-on physical manipulatives, but all of them are going to be applicable to kids, to adults. So that's the first part of the
I'm glad you
yes.
said adults, because as you're talking, like, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah, I'm really excited for when it's going to be open because it will have things for adults such as the two of you and your friends and your family as well as the kids. So it's going to have exhibits that are common in the Science Center field and other exhibits that are going to be unique just to Ignite, which is a lot of what True means.
I was hoping you were going to say that, Martin.
Yeah. And here's a good way to think about it. if you've been to other science centers around the state or actually around the country, a science center, hands-on, interactive. An amusement park, pure entertainment. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have a museum, a traditional collections and research oriented museum.
Okay.
Well, Ignite is not going to be something like an amusement park. Ignite is not going to be a collections and oriented museum. It's going to be that thing in the center where you learn by touching the exhibits, which you may not be able to do in a museum. Or you may not want to get on that roller coaster and barf all over the place learning about the, physics and science. But with a science center, it's all hands-on interactive.
I love that. And here's what I love about that in particular. So when it's interactive like that, that's a way to really grab people's attention. You draw them in because they're involved, right? They're more involved actively. And I say that helps them to learn more and take away so much more from the experience.
If a teacher is coming in on a field trip with their students, they can decide which particular programs they want to book, or even which particular exhibits they want their students to go to inside of the entire floor that's going to be Ignite. However, a lot of the times when they have free time, that's when the students will go from exhibit to exhibit, the ones that interest them personally. If you're an outsider and you're watching some of these students, if it hasn't already been determined by the teacher, all right, we want you to go see these particular ones. But if the teacher says, okay, it's free time now, if you're an outsider, it almost looks like the kids are pell-mell running like a ping pong ball from pinball from one exhibit to the next to the next. In my opinion, that's okay. It means they're going to the exhibits that interest them personally. Maybe they stay at that exhibit for 30 seconds before they move on to another
That's
one that
important.
interests them. Maybe they're staying
I
for
love that.
many, many, many minutes.
Mhm.
But it's good for them to be
It
able to
is.
see what they want to see.
Yeah, because
And they can be influenced by that
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we all know that,
I was.
on a really important level.
Yeah,
Right.
I was.
that we learn by experiencing something. Looking at something helps us learn, but Ignite will give them a discovery opportunity to actually be enmeshed in something. What a learning experience by
Oh my
having a great
gosh.
time doing
I'm
it.
excited
Sure.
about this.
And while we're still planning a lot of the programs because, well, we don't have the staff yet,
Right.
the exhibits aren't in and the building isn't open. But a lot of the programs will be things that are for everybody. Imagine being able to sign up for a Scout workshop
Mhm.
or an overnight, or sign up your student for a spring or summer or winter science camp where they're coming in every single day. Or imagine signing up for a science-oriented themed birthday party where, again, everything is hands-on and interactive. I mean, I can easily imagine some of the types of standard exhibit or programs would be things like using what's known as an electrostatic generator, or a name that a lot of people in this area might recognize, Van de Graaff
Oh, absolutely.
generator.
Ah.
Going to a program to learn about electricity, putting your hands on that sphere and watching
Yeah.
your hair go straight up in the air because of static.
That's exactly right. There's so
Yeah.
much that's going to be exciting as part of the STEM focused Sabin Center and Ignite.
And I'm going to say it's about time that our area is getting this.
we're going to become nationally known because of this. You watch. It's going to be a national destination point. I bet you.
I know you're right about that. But we are up against a break. But I'm going to ask Martin when we come back. Here's what I want to know from you, because the way you're describing this, you must have a lot of space, but I want to know more about that when we come back. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back.
To Fun Radio right here on the Noon
Yeah.
Show, FM 100.1, and streaming everywhere by going to thenoonshow.com and simply hitting that sweet little old listen now button. All you got to do is push that button.
That's
And
all.
we're on everywhere from Honolulu to London. I mean, everything in between.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. But you know what, Johnny? I've noticed something.
What's that?
Okay. Every time you talk about Bryant Bank, you sound really confident.
Well, you know, after almost 21 years with them, I should.
Well, that's true. So what actually makes the difference for you?
Well, for Bryant Bank customers, we're like family. They know us. They know us by our first name. They know how we like to handle things, and they're always ready to help you.
You know, that's more than just banking.
Well, it really is. It's a relationship, and it's one that you can actually count on.
You know, that kind of service, it builds trust over time.
Exactly. And you know, they've delivered it year after year after year without missing a beat.
And that kind of consistency is really rare.
Well, and that's the reason Bryant Bank's customers stay.
Well, exactly. You can also visit Bryant Bank in any one of their beautiful locations, North River, Northport, and beautiful downtown T-Town, or online at bryantbank.com.
That's right. And remember, Bryant Bank is an equal housing lender and a member of
FDIC.
Go see our friends at Bryant Bank today.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
Martin and you were kind of leading to something I think
Yeah.
might be interesting for
I
our
want to know.
audience.
I want to know more.
I want to know a little bit. Now, you've just come in the middle of construction, but there's got to be a process that you are now leading because you still got to plan exhibits, space usage,
Right.
hire a team to work with you. There's so many pieces. Kind of tell our audience a little bit about what that process looks
Yeah,
like.
and I do honestly want to know how much space you're going to have too.
And when you expect to open.
Sure. Those are all really good questions. Let's start off with the building itself. I have not been involved with the building design, the architecture,
Okay.
the construction, other than me, just like everybody out there listening, being really, really excited to see it go up. There's been a team involved long before I was a part of this group. And they've been doing a lot of the planning with the city and with the Sabins and so many other folks. I have been involved a little bit with the exhibit design process. Now, that group has also been involved long before I arrived here in Tuscaloosa. My mistake, T-Town.
There you
I'm
go.
really excited that I have been participating in those weekly meetings. These exhibits are absolutely fantastic. It's important for your listeners to realize that the team that's working on it, it includes a lot of people here, but there are exhibit designers and fabricators and sign writers all over the country. Let me repeat, all over the
Really?
country that have been hired to be able to develop and fabricate and eventually install these exhibits. The next part of your question was size. I haven't seen all of the schematics, but I'm guessing approximately 30,000 square feet or so, which is pretty significant.
Mhm.
That's
Sure
going
is.
to be Ignite Science Center.
Yeah.
There are going to be 3 primary levels. The first level, the lower level, is going to be the home for Tuscaloosa schools with what's called their STEM Hub program. These are teachers that are going to be doing state standards programs for schools that'll be able to book a field trip. They're also going to share that floor with the Tuscaloosa Children's Theater, who are
Yeah.
going to be inside of that building. Absolutely fantastic. They're going to have a practice stage and practice rooms and their own performing stage, as well as offices in there. The second floor is going to be Ignite. That's going to have about 5 main galleries, and the topics for those galleries are really the full spread. Everything from Alabama, air and water, and technology, and the human body, and an outdoor area with plants, which is going to be a lot of fun. An early learners area, which is going to be the, depending upon how you pronounce it, homage or homage for Chom. And then there's also, in the future, after it opens, there's going to be eventually a temporary exhibitions gallery. That's an opportunity for us to book exhibits that are basically traveling around the country, from Science Center to Science Museum, and we'll book those, but we don't need to do that initially because we're going to have all those other galleries that are going to be brand new and exciting. And then the third floor of the building, that's the boring part. Offices.
Oh. Do we have to?
You gotta have someplace to hang it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. But it's I don't know if you could talk about this yet or not. Are there some really unique exhibits that you can kind of talk about that might be really, really not only exciting but engaging and drawing? Is there an exploding volcano or some kind of crazy something going on that we might be interested in?
Yeah, the exploding volcano part, that'll be part of the programs that'll occur with say a birthday party. Maybe we'll have a volcano as a topic for the birthday party. Now for the exhibits, yeah, I'll give you some examples of a few of them that I've seen. Again, I came onto the team long after the exhibit design process has occurred, but one of the meetings that I participated in was about robots and robotic arms and the robotic arms use in technology and industry. Visitors will be able to actually operate these robotic
Oh,
arms.
how cool.
The current plan is there are going to be
Wow.
3 different types. Now, whether that'll actually continue to opening, but the plan right now is I believe there were 3 different robotic arms. As I said, the visitors will get to use them. A lot of the plan for these exhibits is to introduce students to career opportunities. What might they want to do in the future? Another exhibit that I'm very excited about is called Science on a Sphere. It's going to be a giant sphere suspended in the middle of the room with projectors that'll display imagery of Earth, of the other planets, of the oceans, of cloud formations. That'll be a fun exhibit. I've actually installed 2 of those at my previous museums, science centers.
Wow, this
I
sounds
love
exciting.
that. Okay, is there going to be a gift shop
Yeah,
also?
there certainly will. The gift shop is going to have a variety of different activities representing the Science Center, the Children's Theater, and even the Sabin Gallery, which is going to be inside of the building. It'll be for the history and legacy of Coach Sabin.
Okay, and also I know you brought some materials in with
I
you.
did.
I see straws. I see a
tuning
hanger.
forks, yeah.
I didn't even know that was scissors. So what's that about? What's that about, Martin?
Well, like I said, a lot of the exhibits are going to be hands-on, and we're also going to have those programs, birthday parties, scout programs, overnights, etc. All right, here are some activities that we'll do in our programs that you, the listeners, you'll even be able to do these at home. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to grab 2 tuning forks.
Okay.
For those of you that are listening at home, I wouldn't recommend going to anyone in your family if they're a professional musician and grabbing their tuning forks because they can't take the abuse of what I have right
Gabriel's
now,
grinning. He
which are
understands.
really these are for teachers or for science educators. I have a short tuning fork and a long tuning fork, a larger one. Here's some basic physics for you. Higher pitched objects will vibrate faster. They have a shorter wavelength. So I'm going to tap the shorter tuning fork, and that'll hold it up against the microphone so you can hear it. Here we go. Next, I'm going to tap the larger tuning fork. Larger tuning forks, they vibrate a little slower. They have a longer wavelength, so they have a deeper sound or pitch or vote. Here we go.
That's beautiful.
All right, so once again, here's the smaller one. Here's the larger one. All right, now normally we can't feel vibration. Well, you sort of can. Everybody at home, and we're in the studio right now.
Right.
Here's what I want you guys to do. All right, take 2 fingers, put it on your throat, and go la 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 la.
Oh, that's weird.
If you can hear your vocal cords vibrating.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get back to the tuning forks. I'm going to tap them on the table, and then I'll hold them out for each of you to just lightly touch the tip,
Okay.
and you'll feel it vibrating.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it vibrating.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, this is one you could do. Have your parent or friend who has a really nice tuning fork, have them lightly touch them, tap them on the table. You can listen to them. And then you can lightly touch the tip, which is called a tine, T-I-N-E, and they can feel that it's vibrating. The reason why I say don't go smacking those really, fine professional ones on a table. You don't want to break them. I've actually done that in the past with a really
Oh
nice
gosh.
musical one. All right, how much time do we have still?
Oh, we're
We got
okay.
a couple minutes, yeah.
All right,
Good.
good.
I see straws.
All right,
I was wondering
here-
what the straws
Here's
were
the next
for.
thing we're going to do. I've already removed these two from a piece of paper. You
Okay.
take it, you take it.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take another straw out. Now, I realize we're not on TV, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to visualize this.
Yeah.
But what you're going to do is on the tip of one straw, you're going to kind of pinch it flat. And then you're going to use a pair of scissors to cut it in a V shape on
Okay.
the end, both sides. It's just a single cut, so it looks like it's a V shape. Here, I'll pass the scissors over to each of you. Oh, it looks like that one, I already cut it. I made it easier for you. I cut it earlier. Now, what we're making is an instrument kind of like a double-reeded instrument for those of you that are musicians.
Oh,
like
I think I
an
messed that
oboe.
up.
But the thing to remember is you want to cut it so that it has a point, a tip. Now,
Oh, did I do it
I'm
right?
not going to,
Oh.
that's perfect, that's perfect.
Oh, okay.
This next part, it'll take a little practice, just like learning an instrument. I've
Okay.
been doing this activity for a long, long time. You want to put it in your mouth. You're going to, each person, if you're trying this at home, you've got to figure out how far to put it in your mouth, how much pressure to use. You don't want to bite it closed so that no air can pass through. But I'm going to blow air through this. Remember we said sound is caused by vibration.
Okay.
So close, yet so far.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like I said, okay, Johnny, put it a little further into your mouth and try that. And pinch it just a little bit. That you may want to cut a little bit more. All right. Now, do you remember how I said
No
that?
musician here.
And I've been doing this for a long time with a variety of different workshops. So I've learned just
I
from
don't know.
experience how much pressure to use, how much air to blow through it. Now you remember a moment ago I said smaller objects vibrate faster and have a higher pitch, right? So I'm going to take the straw. I'm going to start off normal straw length, and then I'm going to start cutting it shorter and shorter and shorter.
Ah,
Here we
yeah.
go. Here we go. Thank you, thank you,
Thank you very
thank
much.
Bravo.
you.
You know, Mark, one of the things it does, I know it's for the kids to have fun with, but as an adult, it brings the kid out of you.
Yeah,
it
that's
really,
right.
really does.
And these are great ways for a family or an after-school group or a church group.
Yeah.
You can do these. All you have to do is buy some straws and have a scissor.
Yeah, that's all you got.
And you can learn a little bit about the basic science of sound. And it's things like that Ignite will do.
That will be fun, and we're
That
going to
was
be
fun.
back with Martin for some more fun from Ignite. And
That's right.
we're running out of time, and I hate that. I
I
really
know,
hate it.
I
when we
know, I
run out of
know, I
time.
know.
I
Okay,
hear
guys,
I hear that chime.
let's go pay some bills so we can get right back to Martin. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back.
And welcome back to Fun Radio. And truly, it's fun radio when you've got the folks from Ignite in the building. And I tell you, thank you for joining us on the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. And this is fun.
It is
It's just
fun. It is
fun.
fun. Now, I'm dying to talk to Brianna, too. So, I don't know how long you've been with Chom. That's, of course, transitioning to Ignite. But can you tell our listeners a little bit about what it looks like to be on the transition committee? You're the chair of it. What do you actually do?
So right now, working with Chom. I've been there a little over a year. So I've been really enjoying it because I'm not from Tuscaloosa and I didn't know about Chom at first. So I get to see what it's like firsthand. But basically just helping with the transition to Ignite, working with Martin on introducing him to the community, getting him out there, and then helping Chom wind down by doing like campaigns and helping with a closing event.
Okay.
Sort of a marketing role,
Yeah.
and so almost like a concierge kind of thing
Yeah.
too, in a
Yeah.
little bit of a way. Yeah.
You said closing event.
Yes.
When is that and what is it?
First we're celebrating 40 years of Chom,
Sure.
and then of course we're closing, and that celebration is going to be in July.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
And Martin mentioned something earlier, and I think I've heard you say this. Folks in the community can go by
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Are there things that can be purchased as part of Chom? Are there some memorabilia that maybe is available to citizens? Is that possible?
Right now we don't, but
Okay.
you've given me an idea. And we're definitely gonna look into that because we want something that people can, take with them to remember Chom. The legacy.
What about those who have, because there's several things in Chom that were given by local folks and displays and exhibits. What about those? Do those go to Ignite, or they're going to return? How's that going to work?
Yeah, so none of it is going to Ignite.
Okay.
We're working on, reaching out to some of the donors and, giving it back. And we're working on that right now. Yeah.
So again, I guess I'm getting to, it's been such a special part of our community for 40 years. A lot of the exhibits and the displays and things, we don't want to just lose them and end up in a basement or, somebody's backyard.
Right.
It seems like you want to somehow protect them.
Yeah, if we can, like I said, we're trying to give some of the things back to the donors, and then maybe open it up to the public to purchase
I
some
think
of those
about
things.
the Harrison drugstore.
Yeah.
That one has always been kind of iconic because it does represent a very, very special family in this community. I was thinking, gee, hate to lose that. So I don't want to put something up in my, back room somewhere and forget it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay. How do people get involved in this part of the process? Can people get involved?
Yeah, so you can follow us online on Facebook and Instagram at Chom Online. Go to our website and look at look up the different events that we're having because there's still going to be events going on at Chom up until closing. So those are ways you can get connected. You can like I said, follow us. You can comment on some of our posts and talk about the memories that you've had with us. So those are just a few ways.
Makes me a little wistful, but I'm also really excited for the future. So on that note, I'd like to hear an answer from both you, Brianna, and from Martin. So what do you think the future Ignite is going to mean to not only Tuscaloosa, not even just West Alabama, but even beyond? What is that going to mean to our area?
I think it's going to be a game changer for Tuscaloosa and Alabama as a whole. Just the investment that it's going to have on the workforce, the community as a whole.
It's a great point. Great point.
It's going to be a game changer for us.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Yeah.
From my perspective, I think short term and long term.
Okay.
Short term, it's going to be that fun, entertaining, and educational experience for families that are coming in, for students that may be coming in, for weekend visitors that are coming in. In the long term, I think it's going to become a staple to this community, this region, and even the state. But I think it's going to have really long-term impact for students who go through, see a program or an exhibit and go, wow, I can do that when I grow up as a job.
Right. And that's exactly, I'm glad you said that because that's exactly where I was headed with my next question. So, Brianna, you said you're predicting that it's going to be a game changer, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. So here's the thing, Martin, Brianna, whoever wants to answer this. Do you think, and I think I know the answer too, but do you think that the Ignite Center is going to help plant the seeds of STEM among our young people for long-term gains, like you were alluding to, Martin? What do you think? Either one.
Well, one word. Yes.
You don't need to think about that. I love that. If you know anything about me, I worked in the world of science my entire adult life. I was a business major, but very influenced by it. We've got the ongoing Spotlight on STEM series on this show, and I am a self-described STEM advocate, very much into science communication, and I am over the moon excited for the future of Ignite, the Saban Center. Game changer indeed, Brianna.
Mhm.
You are right. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And another point I want to make with you personally, Martin, would be you corrected yourself and you said T-Town. This was earlier in the conversation. For what it's worth, Titletown is always acceptable as well.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
Martin and Brianna both, do we have a projected opening date yet? Or do we know kind of about when we can expect? I know it's 2027 most
Yeah.
likely. Is there, we narrowed in
Ready
on-
for it
we
now.
Still don't have they're shaking their heads at me like I can't answer that one yet. But there's still a lot of work to be done. And,
Right.
and Martin, that's why you're here. And Brianna, that's why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Number one, thank you for doing this. But the other thing, Brianna, you mentioned a game changer. I don't know if the community realizes how it's going to change the game,
Right.
not only for our kids,
Yeah.
but for us adults.
Yeah.
But it's going to change the face of Tuscaloosa's fabulous riverfront.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a great point.
Yeah, it's going to stimulate even more investment. I mean, we're already seeing, we got hotels investments, we got restaurants, entertainment venues.
Mhm.
So it's going to have a far-reaching effect. But the most important, though, is still our kids are going to grow up with an unbelievably world-class experience. learning about
Exactly.
STEM.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's fabulous.
Yes, I love that. And here's the thing, in the world of, say, influencers, we normally think about social media, which is, of course, that's it, that's where it is in large part. However, when you have a facility like this and children are being taken by their parents, they're going on field trips, this is going to be a very big influencer. When you say game changer, that's another word for it.
Yeah.
Not just game changer, but it's going to have influence short term, Martin, and long term on the children of this area. I think so. And I think people are going to travel from far and wide
Yeah, they are.
to visit it.
Martin, I want to ask you the question you're probably surprised I hadn't already asked. Can people still donate to support Ignite?
Right. Where's the
Can you
funding
make-
even come
Can you
from?
make a donation? And how can that happen?
There are any number of ways to go ahead and support and become involved. You can still donate money to CHOM if you wanted to. That would certainly help CHOM over this next handful of months as they continue to provide just wonderful experiences for the families that are coming in. And yes, people can give to the Saban Center project. There is a team that's actually working on what's called development or fundraising.
Right.
If you were to go to Saban Center website, I think it's sabancenter.org, you'd be able to see how to do that. And like I said, you can still donate to CHOM if you would like. All of those would be helpful to all the different player organizations.
Can you underwrite an exhibit?
Yes, that would be done through the Saban Center team.
Okay, so the development team, and we know those folks,
Yeah.
but
And not just exhibits, but even you can underwrite or sponsor a program if you
Okay.
wanted to at Ignite, specifically restricted or earmarked for program ABC. I'm
Sure.
making that up, of course.
yeah, of course. And
If I'm a business owner, that's an awfully attractive option. I'm just going to call it.
well, if you care about the community and the future of our community, and we talk about talent development and retention around here a lot, and that ties directly to STEM, which ties to this fabulous university we've got. I mean, all the pieces are in place for the future of this community, and now we just got to pull the lever.
Yeah, it's important to realize that Ignite, it's a startup, brand new business.
Yeah.
And
Ah.
any new business, doesn't matter if it's for profit, small mom and pop shop, or a huge mega corporation, or a nonprofit such as Ignite. Any startup business requires capital, money, funding, sponsorships.
Yeah, exactly. And Brianna and Martin, we absolutely appreciate you guys coming to visit. Martin, it's great to have you in Tuscaloosa. You've got a fabulous background. We talked about that and know a little bit about it. We have got us a jewel in Martin leading Ignite.
Yes, and I'm wondering a couple of things. First of all, can you please remind our listeners how we can still donate to CHOM, which is turning into Ignite? And the other thing is, did we book you to come back? Because I know we had talked about that. Do we have another? Okay, we're going to do that when we go off the air. Okay, so remind us how we can donate to CHOM. Brianna.
Yeah, you can donate to CHOM by going on to our website. There should be a place to donate there.
Yeah.
What's the website?
CHOMonline.com.
CHOMonline.com.
Okay.
Okay. Good way to do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
This has been so much fun.
It's been very informative.
Doesn't it bring the kid out in you?
It does. All of it. I'm so excited, except for the office space. But I guess you have to do that,
Gotta
right?
have some office space. We could put them out in a trailer somewhere.
Or do you think Lisa might be a little jealous because she wishes she had some office space there?
Well,
Could be. I don't know. Just kidding, y'all.
As we grow our media
Martin, I like that. I like that. I like that.
Martin, Brianna, we appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming to visit.
Thank you for having
And
us.
Yeah, thanks
we're
so
gonna
much.
see y'all again soon.
Ah, the vibrations.
But I've got to learn to play my straw.
You do need to learn to play your straw, but we have run ourselves completely out of time. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Brianna. We're going to get you back on the schedule. And but I want to let you all know, Andrea Hodge, she is a professor of strategy at Culver House College of Business. Y'all, she's coming on the show tomorrow. We met Andrea at the River Pitch in Selma as part of the Selma Resilience Initiative, which has been such a fabulous overall experience. So I'm just going to say, on behalf of Floss the Boss, on behalf of Axel Rose and Maestro and Martin and Brianna and Johnnie Rocket, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. For Johnnie Aycock, I'm Lisa Jones signing off for the Noon Show. But before we go, I'd like to wish everyone